morning is a crucial moment when we either set our body up for strength and clarity for the whole day, or leave it in a sleepy and inert state. Eastern tradition says that if you breathe and move right in the first few minutes after waking up, you can activate not only your muscles and joints, but also the subtle energy channels that feed your whole body. This is why masters practice special short sequences. They take very little time, but they start the awakening process in the body, as if you were pressing the start button for your life force. The first step is the fingers. At first glance, it may seem strange to touch such small joints, but it is the fingertips that are connected to the ends of the energy meridians. In Eastern tradition, they say, power flows where blood flows, and blood begins to circulate actively when even the smallest joints receive an impulse. That is why morning activation always starts with the hands. The fingers are clenched and unclenched. The joints are gently rotated, and at this moment you feel a slight warmth. This is the first sign that energy is awakening. Then, focus shifts to the wrists. This area is a kind of energy bridge because the channels connected to the heart and lungs pass through the wrists. Circular movements of the hands seem simple, but they help to revitalize energy flows, relieve morning stiffness, and prepare the entire upper body for activity. This is especially useful for those who work a lot at a computer or often keep their hands tense. After just a couple of minutes, the wrists become warmer and the whole body responds. After that, the focus shifts to the elbows as the connecting links between the hands and shoulders. They often suffer from stagnation, especially in those who lead a sedentary lifestyle. Light rotations of the elbows remove this block, opening a channel for energy so that the power from the fingertips can rise unimpeded. Eastern masters say that if the elbows are free, the whole arm is free. Therefore, even simple work with the elbows already gives a feeling of lightness in the arms. The next stage is the shoulders. They store a huge amount of tension accumulated over the previous day. We rarely notice how we hunch our shoulders when we are anxious or in a hurry. And the morning is the best time to release this internal armor tension. Circular movements of the shoulders help to literally throw off the burden that hangs invisibly on the back. At the same time, your breathing improves, your chest opens up, your lungs begin to work more freely, and more oxygen enters your bloodstream. This is not just a physical warm-up. It is preparation for the whole body for a new day. And now, when your arms, wrists, elbows, and shoulders are awake, it's time to turn to the spine. Eastern tradition considers the spine to be the trunk of the tree of life. If it is flexible and free, energy rises easily, like sap nourishing every leaf in spring. Start with gentle head movements, turns, tilts, circles. The main thing here is not quantity, but attention. Each turn seems to say, I am waking up, I'm coming to life. At this moment, you feel the tension in your neck release, blood flow to the brain improve, and the last traces of sleepiness disappear. Next, the movements move to the middle of the spine. Light twists, turns of the torso, bends. All this reminds us that the body is designed to be flexible. When you gently rotate your torso, the spinal discs seem to receive nourishment, and the joints fill with life. This is incredibly important because it is often a stiff spine that causes fatigue and even headaches. And here, in just a few minutes, you give yourself freedom. It is not for nothing that masters say, flexibility of the spine is flexibility of consciousness. After all, when the body becomes soft, the mind also stops clinging to rigid thoughts. Thus, the first part of the morning activation is a gradual awakening from the fingers to the spine. At first, a small movement starts the blood circulation. Then the joints of the hands and shoulders open up, and eventually the entire spine is activated. It's like a tree awakening in spring. Life-giving sap begins to flow from the thinnest branches to the trunk. and in just a few minutes, you feel sleepiness disappear and be replaced by cheerfulness and lightness. When the upper part of the body has come to life, it is time to awaken the center, the lower back and pelvis. This is a key area because this is where our energy center is located, the so-called lower dantian in the Chinese tradition. If it is blocked, all your life force seems to freeze, unable to rise upward. That is why it is important to pay attention to this area every morning. To begin with, join your fingers behind your head and make gentle movements with your spine. Inhale, round your back. Exhale, and straighten your back. This is not just a physical exercise. At such moments, breathing and movement merge into a single flow. A slight bend of the spine relieves tension in the lower back, and the weight of the arms helps to open the back muscles. With each exhalation, you seem to release internal clamps, allowing the body to relax. This exercise gives you the feeling that your spine is becoming flexible and light, and your breathing begins to flow more freely. Then, your attention shifts even lower, to the pelvis. Rotational movements in this area stimulate blood circulation in the pelvic organs, improve the mobility of the lower back, and simultaneously activate vital energy. Eastern masters believe that the pelvis is the gateway to strength. When it is mobile, vital energy flows freely. When it is constricted, a person tires more quickly and loses tone. Circular movements, performed slowly and consciously, seem to open this energy lock. Next, move on to the knees. They are like hinges that support the entire weight of the body every day. If they are not lubricated with movement, heaviness and pain will eventually appear. The morning practice includes gentle circular movements of the knees, with the palms resting on top of the joints. It may seem like an insignificant warm-up, but it is precisely this that helps to keep your joints healthy for many years. It is important to feel a slight warmth gradually appearing in your knees, a sign that energy has begun to circulate freely. Next are the ankles. There are dozens of biologically active points on the feet that are connected to internal organs. Rotating your ankles not only awakens the joints, but also activates these points, as if pressing the power buttons for the entire body. No wonder Eastern medicine says the feet are the roots of the tree of life. If the roots are healthy and strong, the whole tree will grow strong. Therefore, a few minutes of working with the ankles help fill the body with strength from the very morning. Now that all the joints from the fingers to the feet are awakened, it is time to connect the body and breath. This is a special part of the practice that transforms simple gymnastics into a deep energy exercise. The master advises you to focus on your breathing. Take a few smooth breaths in and out, feeling the air fill your chest, and then gently flow out. It is important not to rush here. The inhalation should be calm and deep, and the exhalation relaxed and full. With each breathing cycle, you feel your mind becoming clearer and your body freer. Special attention is paid to the lower abdomen. The palms are placed on the area below the navel. This is the energy center of the body. As you inhale, you feel your abdomen expand slightly, and at the same time, an inner light seems to ignite. As you exhale, the warmth gently spreads throughout your body. These simple breathing cycles help stabilize your energy and gather it in your lower abdomen so that it supports you with strength and calm throughout the day. Eastern masters say, "Those who breathe with their abdomen live long and peaceful lives." And it is at this moment that you begin to feel how much breathing can affect your inner state. After a few breathing cycles, the body is fully awakened. You feel lightness in your joints, flexibility in your spine, and clarity in your head. All this was achieved without effort or tension, only with gentle movement and attention. Amazingly, in just a few minutes of simple actions, your state changes completely. Sleepiness disappears, alertness appears, and with it, a desire to act. When you reach the end of this morning practice, it is time to bring everything together. Your body is activated from your fingertips to your toes, your breath is full, and your mind is clearer. But the most important thing is not the exercises themselves, but their sequence and inner meaning. In Eastern tradition, each movement is designed to awaken energy gradually, moving from small to large, from the periphery to the center. The secret is that morning exercises begin with the smallest joints, the fingers. They are like switches that activate the flow of energy. Then the work gradually moves higher. The wrists, elbows, shoulders. In this way, the entire upper body comes to life. Blood begins to circulate more actively, and with it, the nervous system awakens. Next, attention moves down to the spine. This is the axis around which the entire body is held. When it becomes flexible, stiffness disappears, and freedom of breathing appears. Then the energy flows down to the pelvis, knees, and feet. This is where the basis of movement, our foundation, is hidden. This is why Eastern masters always repeat, strong feet mean a strong life. After all, if the roots are weak, the whole tree cannot grow healthy. But if you pay attention to these areas every morning, your entire body will be filled with stability and strength. It is very important that the practice ends with breathing. Movement without breathing is just physical exercise. But when breathing is combined with attention, it transforms ordinary exercises into healing meditation. The palms on the abdomen remind us that human strength comes from within. Deep breaths gather energy, stabilize the internal state, and set the tone for the day. It is no coincidence that the master said, "Those who know how to breathe correctly know how to control their lives." The philosophy behind this practice is simple. If every joint in your body moves, then life itself will move. Stagnation in the body inevitably affects thoughts and feelings. A person becomes sluggish, irritable, and loses joy. But it only takes a few minutes of morning exercises to wake up the body, and everything changes. A feeling of lightness appears, as if an invisible burden has been lifted from your shoulders. A desire to act, joy from simple things, and faith in your own strength are born within you. The master emphasizes that the number of repetitions is not that important. If you do less, it's not a big deal. The point is not in the numbers, but in going through your body every morning, awakening it from your fingers to your head, from your head to your feet. Gradually, you can increase the time you spend practicing, bringing it up to 10, 15, or even 20 minutes. But even if you only spend 5 minutes, the effect will still be noticeable. This is not just exercise. It is a way to regain control over your body and mind. In today's world, many people start their day with their phone or a cup of coffee. But Eastern wisdom offers a different path. Wake up with your body. Set the rhythm of your breathing. Awaken your inner energy. And then, your whole day will be different. Your actions will be more confident, your thoughts clearer, and your mood more stable. This morning practice is like a key that unlocks the door to a day full of strength and clarity. It helps us remember that our health is in our hands. There is no need to look for complicated techniques, expensive workouts, or miracle pills. All it takes is a few minutes of conscious movement and breathing. And that is where the deepest wisdom lies. After all, if you don't want to miss the chance to live life to the fullest and use your powers to the fullest, then just take it. Every day brings a new opportunity. The main thing is not to miss it, but to meet it consciously, with free breathing, a flexible body, and a light mind. It is this morning practice that helps to start the whole body, awaken the joints, fill the lungs with energy, and make your day easier and more focused. Even if you don't have much time, just a few minutes devoted to these simple movements can change your state of mind. If you found this practice helpful, please like the video, Write in the comments what you experienced after doing these movements and what habits help you start your day with energy. To not miss new practices, ancient techniques, and useful knowledge for health and strength, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Here we will share what helps maintain harmony between body and spirit every day.